Okay, today we're going to learn about relations and functions. So a relation is a mathematical term for a set of ordered pairs. It's like you're basically giving a relationship between the first ordered pair and the second. The set of all first components of the ordered pairs is called the domain. And that's typically your x's or your inputs. And then the set of all second components of the ordered pairs is called the range. And those are typically written as the y's or the outputs. So a relation is just a way of associating one set of numbers to another set of numbers. And then a function is a relation where each member of the domain corresponds exactly to one member of the range. And so in example 1, we're asked to determine whether the function or whether a relation given by the set 10, 4, negative 2, 4, negative 1, 1, and negative 2, 6 is a function. And we're also asked to state the domain and the range of this relation. So I'm going to write down the domain and the range. And so let's see here. We have 10, negative 2, and negative 1 showing up in our domain. Those are all the first components. And then the range is 4, 1, and 6. So that's the set of outputs. And now I'm going to draw the lines connecting the inputs to the outputs. So 10 is connected to 4. Negative 2 is connected to 4. Negative 1 is connected to 1, and negative 2 is connected to 6. Okay, and based on this little part of the diagram, we can say that this is not a function. And that is because one input has two outputs. Let me draw this again. So whenever you see one input going to two different outputs, this is not going to be a function. And the reason for this is, like, you can think of like functions as being things that will communicate with computers. And if you were programming a computer so that whenever it eats the number negative 2, you'd want to be able to just give it one rule and say, okay, negative 2 is going to map to 4 no matter what. But when you give negative 2 to this relation, sometimes it kicks out a 4 and sometimes it kicks out a 6, and the computer won't know what to do. Okay, so anytime that you see two arrows coming out of the same input, that's a bad thing. On the flip side, if you have, if you notice you have 10 going to 4 and negative 2 going to 4, that's okay. This would be a function if you only saw this. So two different inputs can go to the same output, but not the other way around. Okay, and now we want to write down what the domain and range are. So the domain in this case is the set negative 2, negative 1, comma 10, and the range is 1, 4, and 6.